In case you missed it, there's a word that's having a moment and it starts with C and rhymes with munty. You might have heard someone describe an item of clothing as munty, but as a compliment. Leslie Bibb, remember of White Lotus fame?
Indeed.
She had the iconic hairstyle.
All right.
Some people have the Rachel, I have the little bob.
Okay, so here I am giving Leslie Bibb her little bob for the White Lotus. It's just a super blunt, straight across, slightly angled, longer in the front bob.
And it was referred to as a munty little bob.
Yes, by her hairdresser. Now, to be clear, in case our ladders go out and start using the word munty is not actually the word.
No, it's not.
It's the C word.
Are we not allowed to say it?
I think we've got to beep it if we use it.
Why?
Because I think we'll be punished by the overlords.
Isn't
tech
that me?
giants. No.
You say it quite often, Mia, though.
It's one of my favourite words. It's one of my favourite words. In fact, I've got group chats with this word as their name.
That's too
because the use of it that I really like is serving C word.
Okay, so this is new. You do like a new word. You like a trend. So in terms of what it means, a man named Adam Alexic, the author of Algospeak, How Social Media is Transforming the Future of Language, says that munt is sort of a synonym for camp. It's sort of ironically cool. He also says that the way Australians use the word as more of a popular slang term is starting to seep into mainstream American culture. Mia, have you noticed that this word, like it was once very divisive, very offensive. You wouldn't use it in polite company.
Some people are still offended, like really offended by it. For some people, it's the third rail. It's like the last thing that they will, the only swear word that they will completely not say. My mother always said to me from when I was quite young, it shouldn't be used as a term of abuse. So as long as you use it in a positive or affectionate way, she was so ahead of her time. This is decades ago. As long as you use it in a good way, like, hey, you old C word, then that's fine. And so what's interesting is that it has become that. So it, like a lot of words that have been reclaimed, like queer or slut or bitch, it can, if it's used by the people, the group that it sort of refers to, us with female genitalia, because that's what it used to be, a derogatory slang term for, you can reclaim it. So now the highest compliment you can give is that someone's serving C word.
I have a question about
Jessie,
this, right?
you're serving C word today, I'd say.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You've never said that to me before. So
Rarely happens.
I think that this is also happening because of the boundarylessness of the internet and the loss of any classification system, right? Because when I was a teenager, I was sitting there watching a movie that my parents had put on, and this word came up, the C word came up, and I remember my parents gasping, whispering, and me hearing that's the worst word you can say. And I kept rewinding. Like I couldn't work out
what the word was.
What the actual word was.
Right.
But now because of algorithms, I feel as though there are no gatekeepers, and therefore I wonder if it's a flattening of language, that there will be no rude words anymore because we all use all the words. The thing I wonder about this is, would you use this word
to your parents?
In the workplace or in the company of your parents? Yeah.
Oh, I would use it in the workplace. I have used it in the workplace probably this year only. I remember 2019 specifically, we still hated that word because we were writing about The Bachelor. I think it was like Matt's season.
Yeah.
And one of the contestants called him a dog. And I think we wrote like 5 articles about that. It took us by such shock. We were like, what is going on? Got so many page views just from that little bit. But I think it's more now, it's like the codification of a lifestyle.
Yes.
It's like one of those lifestyles that's a little bit out of reach that we all want to achieve. And it's something to kind of work towards.
Oh, it's become an aspirational word.
Yeah, it's an aspirational word.
Yeah.
Is it the next iteration of brat? Because brat's done. I think that that's how I would describe a lot of those really powerful, interesting, transgressive women. I would probably say they're serving. I can't say it. I grew up Catholic.
can't
I'm
say it.
baptised. I can't.
So did I,
Yeah.
but you have to get them board. Otherwise, they'll just move on without you.
What I noticed, because you've got to be a little bit careful, because if someone doesn't understand the reference to the little bob, Lee Campbell had a haircut last week, and I said, oh, it's a little bob. And she was like, oh, what? She was quite offended because she didn't understand the reference. She didn't understand that Chris McMillan, who was Jennifer Aniston's hairdresser, is the one that coined that term, and this clip of him giving this particular haircut to Leslie Bibb for her character in White Lotus then went global. And so the cutty little bob is an actual hairstyle. And I'm finding myself thinking, I was watching Hacks last night, and Ava, the character that played by Hannah Einbinder, has a cutty little bob. And I was like, maybe I need a cutty little bob.
Is a cutty little bob when it goes a bit shorter at the back?
I've had a cutty little bob. It's just a really short bob.
Okay.
I used to have a cutty little bob for a really long time. That's when it was just used to be called a bob. But anyway, I like the idea of reclaiming words and changing not changing their meaning, but changing the vibe of them, changing their intention.
Making them nicer.
Yeah.